What's up, Womack Nowstalgia? Dave here with a review of GDragon's third album, Übermensch. This is GDragon's first solo album since 2017. The king of K-pop, frontman of BigBang, is back after a long layoff, and I think a lot of anticipation given his status, his legacy to this point in K-pop. I mean, at this point, we're in probably GDragon's third act of his career at this point. And this comeback, this new life for Big Bang in general has kind of been brewing the last few years. There was that comeback Big Bang single Still Life in 2022. Band member Taeyang had his solo album in 2023. Top was on Squid Game Season 2 very recently. It's been quiet for Daesung, but overall, the group has been kind of around, at least during solo activities. They've all left YG Entertainment after, 20 years or so on the label, and now GDragon is signed with Galaxy Corporation and also Empire Records for distribution here in the US. And yeah, I think no matter your thoughts on Big Bang or GDragon, I mean, a figure this significant in the history of K-pop releasing a album with this much of a promotion and several music videos, it's pretty significant. The heyday of Big Bang is largely before my time as a K-pop listener, but I will say that Haru Haru is one of, if not my favorite K-pop songs. Absolutely incredible stuff. And yeah, I just was curious about what would this album sound like. GDragon's third album, Übermensch, is very much what you expect from GDragon, for good and bad. Very singular, idiosyncratic, unique, different. And that's the best thing I can say about GDragon, is that no one else is really like him in K-pop, and we find a lot of trend chasing in K-pop these days in terms of sound, in terms of concept, but you're not getting that from GDragon on Übermensch, and that's what makes this so cool. Does everything work on this? No, I think the single Power has a terrible hook. That repetitiveness is incredibly grating. But other moments on this album are really cool, such as Too Bad, his collaboration with Anderson .Paak. More than anything, I just appreciate the desire to march to the beat of your own drum and make the art you want to make. One of the singles, Home Sweet Home, features Taeyang and Daesung. They performed that at one of the year-end awards shows. The song has definitely become a big hit for K-pop, over 50 million streams on Spotify. It's largely still a GDragon song. You couldn't call it a Big Bang song because Taeyang and Daesung are small parts of the music, but I like the vocal inflections, the accents of GDragon, his ability to change and modulate his voice and kind of come across as very cherubic and childlike at times. The way he performs, you get that firsthand on that song. EDM drop chorus, it's kind of slight to me. I wish there was kind of more lyrics to it, to be honest. The song is pretty solid. I mentioned Power, which, big music video aside, just I think the hook is really bad. And I actually don't mind the verses. I enjoy his hip hop and his, kind of throwback old school rap flow. I enjoy that at times, and I think it's good on those verses. I think the bridge part where he says, I don't give a shit. I love the singing on that. I think it sounds good. And then this song is just completely derailed by its hook. It's a bit of a shame. Too Bad with Anderson. I think the percussion is really fun on this. Percussion, we often associate that with Anderson. I'm curious if he played it himself. I don't think he did. The song, perhaps you could say it's a bit sanitized. It's a bit commercial, a bit more mainstream leaning per the GDragon standard. But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing because I think the song just really works. Drama is one of the slower songs, very, much just piano ballad stuff here. Heavy autotune from GD, even going Daft Punk performance style at the end. I think the song's alright, but, it's noticeably slower, and I think the weird quirks and the unexpectedness of the rest of his music is necessarily what I would look to, not necessarily a song like this. I Belong to You, though, wakes us right back up, very up-tempo. I love the drum line. The next song, Take Me, up-tempo again. I think that's the best chorus on the whole album. Bona Mana has a nice, guitar strumming and GD doing a deeper voice, which I thought was pretty noticeable. Then you have the last song, Gyro Drop, which is pretty solid as well. I'll be curious how this album is received because, again, it's just so different. It's so unlike most new K-pop you get these days, right? I mean, you compare this to anything you get from the new generation, or even like the fourth generation, like the third generation for that matter. You just don't really get anything this idiosyncratic, this kind of off the wall. And again, that doesn't necessarily mean the quality is flawless. It certainly doesn't mean that. But what it does mean is that it stands alone and comes across as more singular, and I think say more creative, more artistic for sure. And I will always appreciate that, even if choice to choice, it's not always my favorite thing. But yeah, let me know. What'd you think of G Dragon's long-awaited comeback with Übermensch? What'd you like most about it? Let me know. And for more music reviews, more K-pop reviews, subscribe. I'll see you next time.